The SMTA Citroen C1 Cup at Knockhill Racing Circuit for the final fling with the SMRC sees James McCracken and Ryan Smith on the front row of the grid with Finlay Brunton and Kieran Preedy. Great qualifying from Emily Glanville and Dan Martin with Tom Denham, Kenny Dock, Colin Main and John Critchlow rounding out the top 10. And look at the drivers. Well, the cars start to make their way to the holding area in the background and you can see just how wet it is. Kyle Grant all the way down there on 14th place, we've got to say, out of position just that little bit. But this race, well, it's set to be a bit of a stormer. No pun intended with the weather. Lights on, wipers on, demisters on, heaters on. You would imagine everything on here because, well, there's a lot riding on this weekend. Finlay Brunton could take the championship, but it's between himself and really Ryan Smith. Kieran Preedy could be in with a mathematical chance, but we're starting once again behind the safety car just for safety reasons because of the standing water, and on to the start we go. McCracken does get the good start over the crest of the hill, heads towards Duffus Dip, and that camera makes it look very bright indeed as they come under the Beatson's Building Supply Bridge. And through the top of Duffus Dip they go. Now let's see and let's hope everybody can get through here. Smith in second place, Brunton in third place. And that is your championship race, I have to say. As they go through, Kyle Grant further down our shot. We mentioned him after not the greatest of qualifying sessions. Kieran Preedy also very much in the mix as well. We got on board with Ryan Smith. Smithy's having a look up the inside. There wasn't much to see there. Whoa, what a move from Ryan Smith. He goes underneath. Brilliant stuff from Ryan Smith there. I didn't think he was going to make that one stick, but he did. And through he goes on the way towards the hairpin. Finlay Brunton will have seen that and he'll need to do something to counter this as they come in towards the hairpin, and Brunton has done. He's already up to second place. So whether McCracken was just a little bit put out there by the manoeuvre by Smith, caught off guard, lost a bit of momentum, Brunton goes into second place. Up the main straight they go. And cross over the line for the first lap, so Ryan Smith leads away as they go underneath that Beatson's Building Supply Bridge and head on for another lap. Smith, Brunton, McCracken, everybody else in a ball of spray, and a big gap appearing in the midfield there, gotta say. Big gap, didn't expect that. Kieran Preedy, car 21, Emily Glanville involved in that as well, and a few other cars in different shapes and sizes as they come down the hill there. A lot of silver cars in this championship, got to say that. And through they come Stephen Morrison, one of those cars. Here's Glenn Alcock, number 79 there. Kyle Grant, quite far back, isn't he? That 24 car. Expected that to be a little bit further up for that young man. He showed great signs and great promise this year as they all come through Clark Corner. It's nice to see how this one unfolds. Kenny Dockman's a little bit wide, and oh yeah, he does. He loses one. He's possibly going to lose 2 positions here as he heads towards the hairpin. Stephen Morrison was right in the thick of that as well, as Emily Glanville comes into the hairpin, holding at bay only just though as they come through. And Emily doing a cracking show here. Got to say, Emily Glanville in these tricky conditions. Dan Martin right behind her. Emily is a bit of a wet weather specialist. We've seen this before, but she's also very, very good in the dry. We do know that. In towards Duffus Dip. Smith now recovering that inside line from Brunton. Brunton wants to win this, and if he can win it, that will be him almost set on his way, but he's still got to basically, can follow Ryan Smith home actually. He could just follow him home and it would be all happy and all fine, but Finlay Brunton, Big B, doesn't like doing that. He likes to win. Dan Martin in a beautiful livery in that car, I've got to say, very bright, and for these conditions it's great. It stands out. As we go up the back straight through Clark Corner, just kind of holding my breath to make sure everybody can get through and nothing goes horribly wrong here. Martin heads towards the hairpin. He's chased by 27, the Edinburgh College car. That's Tom Denham, as they are just spacing out a little bit at the front now. Everybody will just be trying to keep that lovely clear bit of traffic, a clear bit of road from the traffic. Clear traffic, I think I know what I mean. As they come through the hairpin, wipers definitely on, and I just wish they had a rag for that camera lens so we could see a bit better. But look at this, Big B now pops out from the slipstream on Ryan Smith. Ryan Smith will be aware that he's on the inside. Brunton's alongside, and what a manoeuvre from Brunton. Obviously a big exit from the hairpin from him. Takes the lead as they go in through the top of Duffus. Ryan Smith tries to go back through the inside when Brunton was already on the apex gear. There's floppies flying. And the SMTA, Scottish Motor Trade Association Citroen C1 Cup, has just sprung to life at the front. Change of lead. Finlay Brunton goes into the lead, and he takes that from Ryan Smith. Smithy won't be happy. Oh, what's happening in the background? Oh, car 69 into the gravel trap. That's the legend racer John Critchlow deciding that he didn't want to do the legend this weekend and ploughing the field in a C1 instead. John will get back on track because he's going downhill, but not the greatest for the Scottish Legends car. As into the hairpin comes Ryan Smith all over the back of Finlay Brunton. Brunton in the plum seat. Oh, Smith, I think he went in pretty quickly, but he managed to get that thing stopped. He's going to try and cut back on Finlay Brunton up the main straight if he can. Not to be, let's just sit and ride just now. The main straight they go. You can see the spray was intensifying. James McCracken still in that third place. Kieran Preedy just ready to pick up anything that goes on as we come underneath the Beatson's Building Supply Bridge. Big bounce off the curb for Finlay Brunton there. Big bounce off the curb for Finlay Brunton. Smith goes back up the inside. Good move from Ryan Smith. He saw Finlay Brunton just being a little bit wayward at the top of the hill there, and he pounced going in towards turn 3 McIntyres. So Ryan Smith repays the favour and gets himself to the front. Smith, Brunton, McCracken, Preedy, then a gap back to Glanville and Martin as they come through. They're in. Denham hanging on very well just at the back just now. Has Tom Denham got any plans? I would imagine he will have, but plans in C1 racing, well, sometimes your best is to go with the flow. Round towards the hairpin, our leaders all go. And Ryan Smith back at the front and in the prime position. And look at this, McCracken now. They're almost making it 3 wide on the way in. Smith on the way in there. Brunton side by side, folded the mirror in on Smith's car. That's a bit of a nightmare for Ryan Smith. If he uses it, if he doesn't, it's maybe going to cut down the drag and make the C1 a little bit quicker. Formation flying up the main straight. Formation V flying. On the inside goes McCracken. McCracken could be in the plum seat here. Smith loses both places. And to the lead goes James McCracken, number 77. Fabulous stuff from James McCracken to get himself up and alongside there. Very opportunistic stuff. And from pole position he dropped back, but he's come back up now. As up the inside of him though goes Ryan Smith. And now there's a yellow flag there. And that was an overtake, so we'll need to see what happens with that one after the race. As Smith goes to the front. And oh dear, there's a car upside down. That's car 24, that's Kyle Grant. That's the exit off the chicane, and that is, that's not the best. That will need a safety car. Marshall's talking to the driver through the pasture window there. And that's possibly a spin through the gravel trap, and then a little bit of a dig in and a roll over. Kyle will be, I would imagine, perfectly okay in that car. The safety features will be working well. Marshals don't seem too concerned. This is always a good thing. Safety car very much deployed for that one. Now, will we get an increase in the race laps? Because it could be out for so long. And they're climbing out the car to a hero's welcome and a dented checkbook, unfortunately. Young Kyle Grant. He won't be terribly happy about that one. But that happens into a gravel trap, and you never know where you're going to land after that. So an extra 2 laps added to the race distance after that safety car. And also at the bottom of our screen, and an update. Car 69 race includes a 1 second penalty for gaining an advantage. So that's John Critchlow. So John's been hammered midway through the race for something that he'd done, which would have been a bit naughty in the steward's eyes. But we're back racing again, and through the hairpin. Look at the gap he's managed to get at the front. Ryan Smith has caught everybody just that little bit napping here. And if he can hold this will be good for him towards the line, because James McCracken is ahead of Finlay Brunton as they come up over the hill. Kieran Preedy, Emily Glanville, Dan Martin and everybody else. Tom Denham's been a bit slack off the start as well. And everybody else goes through the spray with their headlights and wipers very much on. Smithy sideways as ever. Oh, that almost caught him out going down the hill there. Big sideways over the top of the hill, and then it went a little bit horrible after that. Finlay Brunton with that trademark sliding style through turn 3 McIntyres. Manages to make that stick as Glenn Alcock goes up the inside of Kenny Dock. Glenn Alcock makes that stick. In car 31, Stephen Morrison also going side by side. Dock just breathes on the brake pedal, he had to there. Otherwise that would have been an incident as the leaders come through Clark's. 1, 2, 3 and 4 all together. Gap to Emily, 5 and then 6. Dan Martin comes through and yeah, a lot of people getting a little bit carried away now. Ooh, Morrison goes up the inside of Alcock there and uses all the track and a bit of gravel as they come in towards the hairpin. Smith on the outside, McCracken looking up the inside. Is he? No, he's too far back to make that manoeuvre stick. Through they go, up the main straight. Brunton now trying to do the cutback on the inside of McCracken, and he might get away with this here as they come up the main straight. Yes, Brunton's alongside, he's just edged his nose ahead as they go in towards Duffy's Dip. Still in front is Ryan Smith, side by side, Brunton and McCracken, but on the inside is Big B, and he'll take that position from McCracken. McCracken will try and fight it, but he's very aware he will want to finish on the podium, if not win this one. And he's got Kieran Preedy right behind him as they come down through McIntyre's Butchers area. We're on board with Ryan Smith through the chicane. Whole lot of care and a whole lot of love through that black circle chicane as he comes up the back straight towards Clark's now, still with a nice clear view ahead of him. No cars diving past towards the apex of the corner there for Ryan Smith. He's done everything correctly, hasn't he? He's done everything right. He's raced very well, apart from that suspect overtake, which the flag might have come out at the last minute. The commentator, we can't say on that. Side by side in towards the hairpin. No, look at this, Brunton trying to go round the outside now. Is he trying to do the cutback? No, but he's on the power. He'll be on the power just that little bit sooner than Smithy, and Smith cuts across the nose. They're going to take each other almost towards the grass on the inside. Never a huge fan of that. Brunton has just got himself through there. Smith lost a bit of drive, and McCracken is also coming through again. Smith could go down to third, and where is Kieran Preedy involved in all this as they go in towards Duffy's Dip? Well, he's not up the inside of Ryan Smith yet, but Finlay Brunton, Big Bree, hits the front there. McCracken in second place, Ryan Smith down to third place, and Kieran Preedy just hovering dangerously in fourth place, ready to pick up anything he can, and Brunton makes a mistake on McIntyre's. Through goes McCracken and Smith. All that hard work by Finlay Brunton comes undone with one gravelly trapped moment at the exit of turn 3. As they come up towards Clark Corner now, it's James McCracken, 77 in the silver C1, who leads the way. Oh, Glanville spins, or was she pushed? Difficult to see in that spray, but Emily Glanville parked at the side of the track in the number 74 SMRC backed car. And that's a shame for Emily, as at the front it's James McCracken who leads the way. Look at this, Ryan Smith comes in, very, very hot there. Oh, there's contact! Smith comes into contact with James McCracken. Kieran Preedy gets a good run through the corner. He looks like he could sneak this as they come up towards the line, and he gets his nose in front as the checker flag comes out. Kieran Preedy wins from Finlay Brunton, James McCracken and Ryan Smith, with Dan Martin and Tom Denham coming through. Well, last corner, last lap lunges. Unfortunately, James McCracken, the big loser in that one. Kieran Preedy takes the victory from Brunton and McCracken. Let's hand down to Fiona for some post-race interviews.
Well done, Kieran. That was a dramatic last lap there.
I know, I don't know what to say, so I never know what to say. No,
Bit of shell shock.
yeah, just like, I couldn't catch him, kind of thing, to be honest. I was keeping the pace, but I couldn't. I didn't think I was going to be able to overtake him. But yeah, just last corner, they just had a bit of contact. So
And what were you thinking when you went 4 wide coming up the straight?
just keep my foot in it. Just yeah, I was on the grass, I was spinning the wheels, but yeah, just keep my foot in it and hoped it was all right.
Well, it turned out all right for you anyway.
Yeah, pleased with it.
Well, well done again.
Thank you.
James McCracken, you had a cracking race, I'd like to say, but not the result you wanted in the end.
Certainly not the I need to suck into it like that. Certainly not the end result I was looking for. Epic battles throughout the race. We're changing places, lap after lap. Safety car came out. So a wee bit apprehensive for the restart of that, but held on to Ryan again. And Finlay got back past me, etc. And it was chopping and changing the whole way. Ended up getting back into the lead for the final lap, and then but ended up getting contact in the last corner. But what can I say? It was a good race, and that stuff like that happens. It's no.
You guys put on a good show anyway. 4 wide coming up the main straight. What were you thinking?
I had the pace coming up. If I remember, coming up Main Street, I was in the outside, so I had the pace in the other 2 guys, and just basically turned in, held on to it, make sure it pointed the right direction down Duffus, and it held. So I was quite happy with that. But I think Ryan actually took it right back into McIntyre's. But as I say, it was an epic battle. But I knew I've got a bit of work to do when I get back. So hopefully it's all right for racing in the next race. And we'll see how it goes.
Well done, Finlay. P2 there. You're still hanging on to the top step of that championship lead.
Yeah, I'm gunning for it now. The finish line's in sight, so I just need to get this last race out of the way and hopefully just keep Ryan behind me. It's my only worry. I don't mind. I couldn't care where I am. As long as Ryan's behind me, we'll be laughing.
You're both good friends. Is it quite hard trying to battle for the same title? Or is it once you're out there, you're no longer friends out on the racetrack?
So there's no friends on track, but I know that it's good knowing that he won't do anything stupid and I wouldn't do anything stupid, and that we can kind of race within our limits and trust each other. There obviously is the whole sort of like, I don't know, the what's the word for it? Bragging that one of us is going to get to do, but we'll just we'll see what one that is by the end of this afternoon.
Only one more race to go, and see what you can do.
I'm going to send it as usual.
Send it, like your style. Good luck.
Things, a lot of sweeping to be done on Main Street.
Race number 2 for the SMTA Citroen C1 Cup, and we're on board with Tom Denham. Tricky conditions, well, they haven't got any better, that is for sure. After race number 1, Kieran Preedy was the winner from Finlay Brunton. James McCracken and Ryan Smith, Dan Martin and Tom Denham fought all the way towards the flag, but we do need to talk about that last lap, last corner incident, wasn't it? Ryan Smith, who had to go for it, unfortunately coming into contact with McCracken. The car in front of us, as we see in the top left of the screen, the lights starting to come on, and away we go. Tom Denham, with a pretty good start for Tom Denham here actually, goes towards the inside of the circuit. And these Citroen C1s this year, backed by the Scottish Motor Trade Association, they've given us some fabulous racing. We have seen upwards of 15 cars on the grid, and we've seen some tremendous racing from a lot of new drivers who have come towards the SMRC. And this SMRC Final Fling race meeting, it has just proven just how great this racing is, and it's only going to get bigger for next year. Denham still side by side with Ryan Smith there. He fought it out with Ryan Smith and managed to get through the chicane ahead of Ryan Smith. Some great going for the man in the Edinburgh College car number 27, but look at the weather conditions. They are just absolutely terrible. Coming through Clark's, a little bit wide from Tom Denham, the mare. Coming through Clark's, we can almost call this autumn now. The autumn weather has definitely hit us, and because of that mistake, look at Ryan Smith coming back along the inside towards the hairpin there. But Finlay Brunton was the man who would take the championship for its inaugural championship, and he would take that with 203 points. The driver of car number 13, Big B, and he took it over Ryan Smith, car number 94, with 186 points. 17 points was the gap from first to second. Kieran Preedy in car 21 had a DNF throughout the course of the year, come home with a fabulous third place in car number 21 to take 155 points as his complete tally for the year. And in fourth place it was Tom Denham, and Tom Denham in car 27 took 127 points as his tally as well. Emily Glanville rounded out the top 5 in car number 74, and Emily scored 108 points. McCracken took the final race victory from Finlay Brunton and Ryan Smith. The rest of the guys all coming through rather soggy and wet. Let's hand down to Fiona for some post-race action.
Finlay Brunton, you are our first ever champion of the Citroen C1 Championship. How does that feel?
Weird to say. Sounds good though. I'm delighted. I've just tried to soak it all in and not show too many emotions, but no, I'm ecstatic.
You had to fight for it in that race as well, didn't you?
I was comfy where I was. I'd worked out that if Ryan won the race, I had to finish in the top 4. So Ryan, as long as Ryan was behind me, I was happy. I was happy behind James. I wasn't going to do anything stupid or take any stupid risks. So I just kind of sat comfy, not attacking too hard, and just try to do my race, and what paid off.
And will you be back next year to defend your title?
I don't know. I think so. I'd like to. I need to try and find the budget though. Know what it's like, but if I can find the money, then I'll be here. So if anybody's want to sponsor me, hint, Ken, I'll be here.
Good. Well, congratulations once again to our 2019 champion. I'll let you go and celebrate.
Thank you very much.
Ryan, third place finish, and you're just missing out on the championship. You must be slightly disappointed.
Yeah, it's not been the perfect day. I was trying to, it started off well, second on the grid, and then it was an amazing race, the first one, and then what happened to the hairpin happened, and dropped a bit of points there. So it was a tall ask to do it in that one. I pushed as hard as I could. I was trying so hard, but I got another shiny out of it. So
I know you were catching, but you just ran out of laps at the end.
I tried to set up a move on the last lap, and then somebody went off and butchers, so there was a yellow flag out. And after that, I didn't really have enough time to get it done after that. But it would have been a bit of a grudge to get past Finlay on the last one because he had the championship sewn up anyway. But yeah, really happy for Finlay, really happy for Minimax. They've had an amazing season. Couldn't have asked for a better bunch of guys to do my first year racing with. So massive thanks to Victor, Scott, John, all the mechanics. They've all done an epic job this year, so can't complain.
And will you return for next year?
I'll be back next year, yeah. Really looking forward to seeing how the championship grows more. I mean, going from the first round 6 months ago to what it is now, it's grown so much in that time, and it's definitely going to be a much bigger grid again next year. So yeah, I'll be back. Looking forward to it. Try and beat Finlay this next time. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, congratulations on your season. See you next year.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. James, you're a race 2 winner. That makes up for race 1.
Yeah, definitely. I felt race 1 I did deserve to win it. Obviously, what happened. Ryan spoke about it. But the start of that race, I got a flyer off the grid. Managed to get Kieran in the first or second lap, I think, and just sort of pulled a gap. I knew Finlay wasn't going to do anything stupid when he was following me because he's got obviously the championship in the line. So I felt as if I had a slightly bit of cushion in a sense. There wasn't going to be any rash moves or that, but all in all, ecstatic. Car was a bit damaged on the side. It was a wee bit kind of pulling left, but still managed to get it to the position 1.
And will you return next year to try and get that championship?
Definitely. That was the kind of whole plan this year. I started in May, so I missed the first meeting, and I had a holiday booked to Spa for the September meeting, so it was always going to only be 3 or 4 rounds. I managed to get the 4 in this year, and as the other guy said in the other interview, full assault for next year, hopefully. Definitely coming back. I need to get a bit of work done in the car first, but I'll definitely be back for next year, yeah.
Well, congratulations on your win, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you. Cheers.